allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Good evening. Great to see everyone. Everyone's had a chance to go over the budget hearing meetings and the meeting minutes. The November 6th special meeting and the executive session and the November 12th meeting. How about if we do these all at one time? Do you have a motion to approve all of those meetings?
Mark makes a motion. I'll make the motion.
Mark, okay, second.
Michael, second it.
Mike, any further discussion?
Can I ask for clarification from the chief?
Yes.
In one of the special meetings, we were talking about TOEIC and then the new program. One thing I saw maybe missing, if you're not already working at it, you'll have skills tested. But it doesn't list any skills, like each position, whether you're interior or skill-based. Okay.
Those are the requirements to hold that. That's not, the skills that fall under a training program that falls, as we're adopting 100-hour, that falls under. There is a requirement in there that you do continual training and that you show that and demonstrate that you have the skills, but that'll be defined by the training program. We didn't get into the specifics of that. So as NFPA, JPRs shift, change, move, we don't have to redo policy. That will just be part of that training program.
Okay. Because history has been, well, that little bit of a skill, I'll sign you off on it versus that hard skill.
No, and we
more
are
specific down the road.
we are going completely the opposite direction from that, where we are doing skills, we're repeating skills, we are stacking skills. It has become almost all skill based. So yeah, there is no pencil whipping on that. We are working towards demonstrating that all the way through. We just didn't add specific skills to the policy. We'll address that.
That's all I have. Thanks.
Okay, no further questions? All right, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? So moved. Treasurer's report. Bill, what have you got?
Okay, start with codes, one page. On the left's the checking account, in the middle's the savings, and on the right side is the major savings. So if you add the savings and major one there, we got like $92,000 in savings and codes, and about $1,400 left in the checking. Okay, tonight's report, we got 12 credit cards, vouchers, 2 codes, and 48 district vouchers. I wanted to mention on the district, before you get too far, we budgeted for the main category, so like rescue vehicles has a budget of $50,000, but each of the separate vehicles under it do not have a budget. So that's why it's blank when you get those amounts. And you'll see we paid like car 1, $632.33. We had a bill, but there's nothing there to subtract that from. So I'm still working on that. Or we may have to, when we do the budget, is just come up with and put dollar amounts in there that equal the 50,000, just so there's something to subtract from. But page 1, 2, and 3 is what we spent for the year. There's still a few, excuse me. There's still a few categories I'm working on. I should say they're fighting me, but we're getting there. page 3. And about halfway down the page, or 3/4, if you're just coming in, there's $290,000 for the principal. That puts us like over 386%, but that's because we paid it off. That was the, that was the latter one, sorry. Yeah, for truck 2 is, that's not correct. I've got that circled to fix. And way at the bottom, service awards, that figure is not correct either. Page 4 is what normally was on the first page of the previous reports. That's our financial statement. Position revenue, showing all of the bank accounts. The service award investment, so our total assets, $4,063,265. On page 5 are the accounts at M&T Bank. 6 are the accounts at New York Glass. Page 7 is the referendums. Eight, service award. Nine is the outstanding principal and interest on truck 2.
We'll go back to 7.
Yep.
Did he decide that referendum number 4 would be closed? That's the first resolution.
Yep. Did we? Did we close referendum 4?
I think it can be, but
Oh,
if not, it can be.
For number 3.
oh, no, number 3 is new.
Number 3 should have, to purchase a new 1-ton pickup truck and a snow car.
Oh,
That's already been done, and should be removed.
that's the one.
I believe, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, I believe we can close number 1, which is one of the chief's vehicles. Number 4, which is engine 11, there are still some credits. There is some work to be done on that, but there's credits from the bill that cover that. And it's just some mounting of some wrenches. There's nothing that will need out of reserve for that. And then number 3, again, that should be complete, so that should also be out. So I think that for the time being, actually, even number 2, that can get closed out and that can go back.
Yeah, referendum 6 is the new one. You did that last meeting.
3-1.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right, and on page 10, this won't be on future reports, I hope. But the New York State withheld too much, or had me withhold too much on employees for the retirement payment, and I got a letter from them telling me this is how much I owe them, and I had to pay that within so many days, and they will reimburse us, so it's no cost to the district. So I just printed out there showing how much it was. And the bottom 3 are 3 checks that were written since the last meeting. One is Codes, one's Verizon. And Colin, my error, when I paid them off, the voucher you signed, before it printed the check, there was a credit. Don't know where that came from. And the credit was $747.30. That's a mistake, so I wrote a check to pay that. That's what that's, $747. There was no credit. And 11, 12, and 13 are tonight's vouchers. And you'll see in tonight's vouchers, there's a fee we have to pay, we're required to pay for the sale of ladder 1. And that company has requested a wire transfer, so that'll be happening before the next. That's on page 12. Fee to sell ladder 1, $41,650 to Garage Technologies. That'll be by wire, not a check. Also on page 11, you'll see there's $95,000 for the state retirement system. That's both the ERS and the PFRS, police and fire. Those are the two big chunks. And that's about it for that, but we do need to go over the RFP for the auditor. We can do that, because that needs to be done today. Got another page showing you the 4 bids and RFPs, proposals.
So we're satisfied with the service from Stokes, Visca, Hucko, and Perot,
Yes,
correct?
correct.
And in order to satisfy town law, every 5 years we need to go through this process. But we can name the same firm.
It'll be a different auditor.
Right, but we have to go through this RFP process. So I make the motion that we hire Stokes, Visca, Hucko, and Barone. Theirs is the low bid. I make that motion.
All right, do we have a second on that motion? Sure. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? So moved. Okay. So we need a motion to approve the treasurer's reports with the corrections to be made as previously stated, with the truck 2 payment, the ladder 1 payment, the removal of referendum 1, 4, 3, and 2. Do we have a motion to approve that?
I make a motion.
Mike Malone, second by Mark. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Opposition?
The 41,650 for the sale of the ladder. Oh, where is that money coming from? I mean,
Sale of the ladder.
Yeah.
From the sale of the ladder.
So we, the sale of the ladder.
okay,
So it would-
but we got a check for the sale, and we deposited that
Yeah.
check or
So
that
it needs-
wire transfer.
Right, so now let's take 41,000 out of there, out of the money market, where that is, to pay this. But it'll be charged to the
Okay, so the 4160 is gonna come from that account.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Bank statements, who's got the,
You do.
I do.
You do.
Oh, boy. Okay. You,
I have one other thing too. On page 6 at the bottom, I stuck that at the bottom there. That's that's the 595,000 was transferred to the New York class. I wanted to show that went in. There was 590 and then a 5,000 deposit check for the truck. So the truck sale, that's what's showing at the bottom of page 6.
gotcha.
That went into New York class.
Okay.
And out of that will come the 41,000 next month.
Very good. Thank you, Bill. All right. Correspondence, Amy?
Did you do vouchers?
Yeah, do we have a motion to approve the vouchers after I go through them?
So moved.
Kit, second. Mike, Chair, any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposition? So moved. Correspondence.
We have a letter from Matthew Speech to be placed on the ballot for the fire district elections. We have a letter from Barbara Rabin LaPriest to be placed on the ballot for the fire district elections. And the fire district affairs was received. And that is all I have.
Chief's report, Chief.
All right, so we'll jump right into surplus. There are 6 thermal imaging cameras that are non-functioning. The 2 FLIR Eagle thermal imagers were on the shelves in the back. They're the old intended to crawl, 2.5 feet long, big old gray units that are non-functioning and really not anywhere near what the current technology would be. There's no value in those, so we're looking to dispose of those. The 3 MSA Evolution were the last generation of thermal imagers that we were carrying. Those have been falling off one by one. There's 3 of them that are non-functioning, not worth repairing, and we've already replaced last year with new FLIRs. These are just sitting back there, so looking to get rid of those. The 1 Seek is one of the small orange ones that went off of the air packs. There's one of those that are non-functioning. That's another thermal imager that those are starting to fail on us. We'll keep running them until they do fail, but they're starting to fail one by one. So looking to get rid of those 6 again to dispose of. There's no value in any of them.
Do you have a motion to dispose of the 5, 6 thermal imaging cameras? Anybody? Kit will make the motion. Do we have a second on that?
How do you get rid of those?
You want one?
No? I mean, outdated technology, how do you dispose of them? Just,
I was gonna throw them in the dumpster. The batteries are pulled to go to battery recycling, but
because I always wonder about technology nowadays, everything has to be either pulled apart or,
No.
not on that side, just throw it in the dumpster and away it goes.
Move the batteries.
So,
Is that a second, Mike?
it's a second.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Is that possibly something that town Lysander would take? There's in their electronic disposal, recycling?
we can look, sure.
So we'll see whether it's through them or a place over in Liverpool, find somebody that will take them. Okay, all in favor? We voted on that, so that's good. Next, you've got
Portables.
portables.
So there was some email communications. I want to be clear on what we're trying to get rid of. XTS 1500s. These were removed from service prior to me being employed here as a firefighter, and sitting in the back. So this is not anything that we've pulled in the last couple of years. Chief, you may know when that went out.
Last year's change. Wow.
22. So they've been back there for a while. This is what we're looking to donate. The portables that have been sitting in the back, this is what we donated to Cody. As far as the discussion about end of life and the portables coming to end of life, APX 4000, that is currently what we are running in every riding position in our duty portables. These are still in service. Motorola did issue an end of life for this, but there's no panic, there's no issue. We're going to continue to use these as the base of our radio fleet. We've actually had one be warranty repaired since that end of life notice came out. In next year's budget, we are moving forward with buying 5 new 6000s. That's to start rolling some replacement in. So as we reach a point where these may not be able to be repaired, we're ahead of that and not doing a massive purchase all at once. So what we're looking to donate is not what's on the line currently. These remain, they will remain most of what we're using for the foreseeable future. It is the older 1500s that are not in the line. These have all been turned off by 911. They can't even go onto the radio system. For the folks that we're donating to, they'll have to get them reprogrammed. So that's what I'm looking to donate. I'm looking to donate the remaining stock and accessories to Phoenix. And then they're going to work with Cody to kind of split that up between them.
Okay, do we have a motion to donate the remaining XTS 1500 radios?
Make a motion.
Mike, second.
Awesome.
Kit, further discussion on that? Yes, sir.
I generated the email, and I know we got rid of these radios, okay? And I know your intent is to help somebody else out. If you're gonna just use these, say, for fire and police out in the street, I'd be really happy with that. But looking at the 2 departments that they're going to, they're tickled pink that probably get these. I'm really concerned about them having them inside. We've already determined we don't want them. I mean, we'd take a hammer to them if these 2 guys didn't offer to take them off our hands. But now we're going to give them to them to use any way, they see fit. And I know they're going to sign some liability. I'm just, my conscience would.
So it falls into a similar situation as the 4000s, right? They're not supported anymore. These are all going to be out of warranty. And when they're dead, there really isn't any value in repairing them. And that's where folks are starting to run into issues. This fixes a short-term solution. What we gave them is functioning. They've all been tested. They've all had batteries on them. They've all run on the desk for a while. They've all transmitted prior to them being turned off the 911. We did have non-functioning ones. I think there's 2 or 3 of them that have already been removed. So everything they're getting has been verified to work, and then they also now have to reprogram them. So there's another check in there that when they go to get reprogrammed, if they can't get programmed or there's any issue with the radio, they'll be tied into the computer. So yes, they will sign on the liability. It is a short-term solution for something that they're trying to solve anyway. But we do know that everything we gave them, before 911 turned these off and took them off of the system, everything that we are donating was functional.
So kind of twofold gets us out of that, because we have something that will give signs, and then they're also being checked by whoever, United Radio, whoever reprograms them.
Yeah, right now you can't transmit, you can't hear, you can't do anything. So somebody will have to be hands-on with every single radio to put it back into the system.
So it's out of our hands basically at that point.
Yep.
Any further discussion on that? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? So moved.
All right, so let's move along with some more technology. Image trend slate scheduling program. Chief Natoli, a couple of our firefighters, myself, and Amy have been looking at different scheduling programs that are out there for our folks to begin to automate that, get it all into one system. We looked primarily at Power DMS, offers a scheduling program. and Image Trend that we use as our RMS provider offers a scheduling program. So Chief Vitale sent everybody an email kind of explaining what went on, what we looked at. It looks like Image Trend Slate was much more in line with our needs. And the cost was similar to what was coming from Power DMS. So we have a request to purchase Image Trend Slate. 12-month cost is $3,062 for 12 months. We'll look to get that eventually bridged over and balanced. So Image Trend is sending us one bill for our RMS and our scheduling, but this integrates right in the same platform we're already using for our RMS.
Okay. We have a motion to move forward with the Image Trend Slate scheduling program.
I'll make that motion.
Mark, second. Further discussion. Where are we at with everything else on Image Trend?
So I am working on the nearest form currently, and that's just as I get time to get 2 or 3 screens in front of me to be able to work through that. Right now, it's really just trimming the form down and trying to make things more user-friendly. If we needed to roll that out today, we could. But we've got a little bit more time to do that. It's much more, the nearest side of it, the questioning is more straightforward and the answers are more conversational. So there's not the number code that you have to get used to and work through. And we're all gonna be learning it together because it's a brand new system nationwide that's come out. So there is some training out there, there's some stuff on YouTube, but as far as having a massive training package for it, folks that are used to doing the RMS reports, this will feel a little bit different. And you won't have the number codes, most of our folks don't have that memorized anyway. So, right, what I am working on currently is just arranging that form to try to make it as user-friendly and try to take some of the responses that we would use on a routine basis and get those moved up so they're the first things that you see. I don't see a need for us to get that out until mid to late December. We'll push a couple of YouTube videos forward, but again, there isn't a massive training program that goes with this. We did that mostly on the old RMS, and that was part of getting that out and rolled out to officers and rolled out to our folks that haven't done RMS before. It should be a fairly clean transition over. Also in Image Trend, we are working on building out checklists for our inventories so that you'll be able to do it in there. We were able to put together a checklist for engine 11, so now your inventory will be right in there, and you'll be able to report that right in there. We're working on reporting. I'm still looking at the training report and how that gets built so that we achieve LOSAT. So basically we'll be setting categories. Is it department training? Is it state training? Department training will have another question. Is it a 2-hour drill? Is it a 1-hour daily or company drill? And that will help drive what we need for the reporting for that. So a lot of that is sitting there. It is just hour intensive because you just have to sit there and build it. So you've got to have clean time to sit there and get into it and build it out. That's where we're at overall in the trip.
Okay. All right. Any more questions on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? So moved.
Staying on the theme of technology, we met with technology committee and put forward 3 different programs that we were looking to subscribe to: NFPA Link, Foxit PDF Editor, and ChatGPT for a business subscription. The annual total for that was $1,564.94. But to bring that to the board to get an approval on that so we can get those subscriptions and start using those tools.
Do you have a motion to approve that?
What's the name of it again?
So there's 3 programs. So we are using NFPA pretty regularly. Right now, we have limited access, we have read-only access. NFPA Link Team Plan puts 5 users on there at $640 per year. That will let us get in there, that will let us do teamwork together in the different NFPA codes. And the timing for that, right now, they're doing a consolidation of multiple codes. So you can't even go back to the old to get a sense of what it was. It lives under a completely new number now. There's consolidation in a bunch of them. So because we're using NFPA so much, that's why that's there. Foxit PDF editor. So right now we don't have a PDF editor that's used across the chief's office and across headquarters. The things that we are doing, we're using PDF quite a bit more, and we need the ability to get in there and be able to edit those. So Foxit was $800 per year, again for 5 users or 5 licenses. And then we've been open that we are using ChatGPT to help us create the base of all kinds of stuff. We've used it for social media, we've used it to go in and help build the basic policy and give us a leg up and a head start to then build the final policy off of. ChatGPT offers a business plan with individual licenses. So that total, again, for 5 licenses annually, it's $25 per person for a total of 25. So that's where we get the 1,564.
Any further questions? No? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? So moved.
Who made the motion?
Was it Mark or Mike? Mike?
And who seconded?
Little Mike.
The other Mike?
Mike.
And Mark seconded?
Yeah. Little Mike. Wake up, Mark.
Working with our Onondaga County, we had requested some classes last year. Some of that wasn't able to happen for a number of reasons. But we did have an SFI reach out and in discussion, they were looking to do an RIT class. After discussing that, they were looking to also schedule a truck company operations, which is one of the prerequisites to RIT, and it is in the new personnel levels. So we are going to have a truck company operations class scheduled in Belgium in March and in April. It'll be on Thursday nights, so it lines up with drill nights, so folks can attend when they were already planning to attend. There'll also be a couple of Saturdays in there. So one of the first offerings, one of the classes that we've added that we were able to work with the county and get that offered here. So more information will be coming out on that, but that'll be coming March and April, so folks are aware. Moving on to projects, the SU data project, the Know Your Safety that went out. We distributed approximately 3,500 postcards to the district residents. We have gotten a grand total whopping of 70 responses out of 3,500. So I'll be very interested in the young gentleman's interpretation of why that is and why such a low return rate and where that was. So we'll be able to get a little bit of data out of those 70 responses. Statistically significant after sending out 3,500, I don't know, but his final report will be to us on the 21st of this month. So we'll see what he has to say and how that compares to what he anticipated and why that may be for that low response rate.
Is there a deadline that he's looking to get those responses back?
So he'll cut it off when he starts building his final report. They'll continue to be able to populate into the software that he's using, but he'll cut it off in his schedule so he has time to do the analysis and build that final report. So in that report, he'll give us what date he drew the line on that. It has gone up initially. Within 48 hours of it being out, we were at about 40. So we have gotten some more responses, hopefully, as it's sitting on people's counters or sitting in the mail pile or sitting in the junk mail pile. Hopefully we get a few more and get some responses, but I have a feeling he'll have something to say about just the low volume of responses too.
I had a couple neighbors call, just asked about it, and I told them what we were looking for, just to go ahead and fill it out. So.
And include the guy in also that whether we have a vote, we're selling something, a referendum, we get 70 people. So don't let him think it's him.
Yeah, it's right on track.
Yeah.
We are continuing with the SCBA. We anticipate that those should be in very soon. Chief Melchior and Chief Natoli have a good plan for getting those in service and doing a little bit of in-service training on that. Because it's staying in Scott, there isn't a ton that has to be done. There are some differences in the PAC and it's a quick connect, but it's not like it's a completely new system. So there won't be a massive training push that has to occur on that. It's still an air pack, throw on your back, put your mask on and breathe air. So the basics of it all remain the same. There will be a few things that we'll have to go over with folks, but again, the chief's got to have a good plan for that. The other thing that I've reported on a few times and sent out an email to you all today with the full language of it is the Town of Lysander Fire Department Response Order Guide. So that is where we're setting out. The first 2 engine does A or B. Your first 2 apparatus does either fire attack or search and rescue, depending on what they have and the report of victims. Second new unit does the opposite of that, so on down through the 5th arriving unit. There's also some language in there for chiefs, how to assign your chiefs as they arrive. And then a big piece of that that's at the end of it is common language and common reporting. So this was a project, again, that was worked on by every department that has responsibility within the town of Lysander. We've had a couple of really good conversations over the last week. Chief Belzak from Northwest really had some really good feedback on it that's going to change our approach to it. So in the email today, like I told you, we will get this out there. We will get it on Powered EMS. We'll get it distributed to everybody, and we will begin training on it. There's really 2 pieces to that training after having a conversation with a couple of our mutual aid chiefs. Number 1 is really work to implement only the residential portion in 2026 as we train people on what commercial structures require, what FDCs are and how you interface with FDCs, why going to the Charlie side of the building is so important and getting a look from back there and an additional access. Talking with the chiefs, there's a number of topics that may have been trained on but haven't necessarily been made a priority. So that's our goal. I'll get that out to the rest of the chiefs in the next couple of days. But everybody is very much in alignment on how that lays out. There are some concerns on some challenges on making it operational. We'll also get it out to Liverpool, Morris Corners, and our mutual aid folks. It is consistent with what Town of Salina is using and is consistent with what they're using out east. It's not the same, but it is consistent. So folks that are already using an SOG-driven incident command have something very similar to what we are adopting here. Folks that are used to IC-driven command are sitting in the car and saying, you do this, you do this, you do this. This will be new to them.
Very good. All right. Anything from Assistant Chief Natoli?
So his was really the slate program that we popped up into there for me to report on.
Okay. And anything from Assistant Chief Melchior?
We've discussed the SCBA rollout. That's really been our key focus, and he's well prepared for that.
There's Norm back there. There he is, hiding.
I am here.
What have you got for us, Norm?
So, in the outline here, I listed 5 installs. We had our 6th install today. Going very well received. People are very happy with what we're providing them. We're still waiting on some figuring out how to do carbon monoxide, but I just have told them they just need a carbon monoxide detector, 3 of them, or, 1 per floor, and they're very happy with not having to purchase the whole smoke detector, that they'll purchase a couple of CO detectors. It's not been very much of an issue. At the same time, I talked to the lady today about the card. I asked if she received her card, and she went over to the pile and pulled it out. And I said, please take care of this and have all your friends do it. Talk to the people that you talk to. Let's, get that out there. I mean, it's really about what is the public expectations of us? And we really need that data to understand what that is. We've done a Reynolds Elementary and Van Buren, both are complete. Palmer, we had to postpone because of weather. The schools are, I'm gonna talk to some of the schools to see if we're meeting their expectations, to make sure that we're, getting to them what they are looking for us to do. And then we'll have, one of the discussions I think after Reynolds, was some of the people would have loved to have had a script of some sort or an outline, a lesson plan, so that we're preaching the same message to all of the students. So we'll be working on stuff like that to make sure that that message is coming out. It's a clear and defined message for everybody to follow. I think the chief and I are going to Agrana, or am I going by myself?
We are both going.
Okay, so next Monday, we've got a fire drill scheduled with Agrana Fruits. Just observing and, giving some feedback on what they do. At the same time, I'll be gathering some information, maybe to update pre-plans, making sure that we've got the key boxes in the right, same place. Where's the FDC? Where's the shutoffs for some of the stuff? And I've got an overhead picture from Google Earth to, kind of start doctoring, marking up and looking at all those things. I attended the planning board meeting on Thursday, and really nothing to report, but I think that having my face there more often, and when I talked to them at the last meeting, they were very interested in having feedback for any of the projects that are coming up. I did talk to the engineer about the last phase of the project happening out here for the rest of Timber Banks. So nothing really changed with that. They were just approving that next phase to go through. So
Collington Point.
Collington Point, there we go. That's
Yep.
it. That was, I think it's just good to get that interaction with the planning board, so they know that somebody will be there, and if they have questions, they know they can ask, and I can give them an answer, or I can bring it back and get answers and get it back to them. So that's all I have.
Yeah, very good, thank you. All right, so we'll get a break from the agenda here, and at this point, we need to go into executive session. So I'll make the motion to go into executive session. Do we have a second? Mark? All right, we're going in for G.
The resume of an individual that may lead to his or her employment.
Yep. And yes, we will be doing business when we come back. The executive session. All right, I'd like to make a motion to direct counsel to proceed as discussed in executive session. Do I have a second? Malone, all in favor, or any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? So moved. Thank you. Here. Committee reports. Long-term planning, Mike?
No date planned at this time.
New apparatus committee,
New truck, engine 2111, have some minor issues that the chief has been working with. But other than that, everything's working good. Move forward.
perfect. Like I said, in public safety, next meeting is tomorrow night, the 18th. It's going to be at the Plainville Fire Department, 7 o'clock. Everybody is welcome. Budget and finance, Kit?
No report, the budget was submitted to the town. No report.
Okay. IT, as discussed earlier with the chief, we're moving ahead with the couple projects that he wanted. Personnel, Kit?
No report.
Truck maintenance, Mark?
Truck maintenance, we've had some vehicles go over for tires, oil changes, everything's getting up to date, ready for the winter. Ladder one, as you are all aware, has been sold, delivered to Alabama. I did have one inquiry on the old American LaFrance. I responded back a couple times, haven't heard nothing back. And that's so far that's it.
Building maintenance,
Building maintenance, the door closure, we're gonna have a second opinion come in for a price quote for the headquarters front door. We also have to sign the contract for Hills for another year of maintenance.
Do we have to?
Yeah, that's a tough one, but yeah. And we did have some heating issues down at Station 2, those were addressed and repaired. And that's all I got.
and anything else on fire prevention?
No, Mr. Carroll is taking care of that for us, doing very well. Next year we'll come up with the rest of the schools. And I think we're pretty much up to date.
Okay. Old business, additional personnel for election board. Do you have a listing?
We already approved some of the people that I had, I just need to add an additional person, because 3 that I had on the last list had conflicts. So the person I wanted to add to the election board would be Susan Shane. She's a community resident, somebody I used to work with.
And I'm sorry, what was her name, Susan?
Susan Shane.
Susan Shane.
So it would be Kim Brannigan, Linda Williamson, Mike Williamson, and Susan.
So moved.
All right, second on that? Mark, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? So moved. All right, any other old business? Nope. New business. PFBL workers comp renewal.
So the renewal quote that we got is for $50,343. That's for VFBL and workers' compensation. That's actually down $13,000 from last year.
Okay.
What'd you say, down 50?
Yep, 13.
13. Cancer renew policy, no change, rates the same from last year.
Are we going to renew our workers' comp and VFBL?
Can we get a motion for that? Mark, second.
Mike?
Mike, any further discussion?
To get the lower rate.
Which Mike?
Malone.
Oh, Malone.
Malone. At the lower rate, correct?
Well, that's what the rate is. It's just
Yeah,
low. I'm
just
just
savings.
reporting that it's a
Right, yeah.
savings over last year.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
The cancer renewal, the rate stayed the same as last year, so we're looking at $10,784 would be the rate. And that covers exterior and interior and all cancer coverage.
we have a motion on the cancer post? Malone, second by Harrison. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? So moved. We have an active member application, Graham Bradford. Do we have anybody here from the department that can speak on his behalf? Hearing none, we'll table this till next month.
What, we're tabling it?
Yep.
If we table it and it goes past a certain number of days, it becomes automatic. What's those days?
Is that, when you say table, we're acting on it?
We're not
But if
acting on
we're-
it, so we're not doing anything on it until we have a report from the department.
Right, if you ignored it, that would be not acting on it.
I guess we haven't always had reports on them in the past. You've got his application. Mike Malone's here, I don't know if Mike and Mark both can maybe be able to speak on it. It's already been, he applied in August, and for some reason it keeps getting,
The only concern that I have is that he does not have a driver's license, and then we asked Tommy said he's working on it. So if he doesn't have a driver's license, how is he ever going to make a call or get to training or transport his apparatus or transport his gear? And we don't know that on a week-to-week or month-to-month basis how he's working on getting a driver's license. I know he's of age, but if he's working on getting a driver's license, that's part of getting here, isn't it?
I don't know, I can't speak for him.
That's the only thing that that comes to my mind is that he's working on getting a driver's license. And I don't know if he has anybody that supports him to get him here for training.
I mean, we can table it for more information. I guess going forward, do you want a report from the membership committee for applications that are brought to you? If they don't know they need to report on it,
I think we need to revise or revisit the application process and who's present there during.
I know some districts, they have a commissioner on the membership committee.
And the chief too, I believe, or a chief. Was there a chief at the interview process?
Or Graham.
Okay. So that's why we would just assume,
We were unaware of that.
right, just as soon at this point, leave it. There's no action taken.
Well, you have to take action or it's automatically approved in 30 days. So you're tabling it is taking your action, correct?
Yes. So we'll table it. Tabling it gives us 40 days, right?
Hmm?
Tabling it gives us 40 days? Or the next
Or
meeting?
whatever you want on the table.
Okay.
Should have a vote to table it.
Okay. I made the motion to table it. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Malone, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? So moved. Election policy.
So it's recommended by, I know the state association attorney has recommended that each district have their own fire district election policy. Amy and I took that, there's a policy on their website, and we also got a policy from a couple of other fire districts. So we put this together based on those policies that we Amy did most of the work.
Do the 4 people plus you provide enough people to fulfill the requirements of this?
Yes.
We have a motion to approve the fire district election policy.
Will this take effect for this election? And if so, there's item 4 in it on page 2. There's a option there that is not available for this election until you suddenly put this into place. And you can't suddenly put it in place after you've already received letters.
I would say that that I would contact anybody that submitted a letter and they would have the opportunity to submit it since the policy wasn't in place. That would be at the board's discretion.
And in the future, this policy would have to be on the public side of the website,
Yes.
because it can't be just in a departmental one or accessible. I think it was double-sided and then she copied it.
No, I printed it. She printed it.
The last page, that's nothing.
Because there wasn't anything there.
Okay.
I would assume. It's only it's 3 pages. So for some reason, you have to.
It's better than nothing right now.
Yeah.
I have a motion. I do not have anybody making that motion.
I make the motion to accept to put this in policy.
Okay, do we have a second? Any further discussion on it? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? So moved. Let's get public comments. Yes, sir.
Mark, I'll get with you, the roof is leaking at 2 again. I'll show you where it is.
Have addressed.
What did Mike say?
Roof leak currently at station 2, he noticed.
There's what?
A roof leak? Yeah, roof.
It's pretty much in the same spot.
Okay.
Any further public comments? Okay. Next meeting dates, fire district election will be December 9th. That'll be here at Station 1 from 6 to 9. Next commissioners meeting, December 15th. That'll be at 7 p.m. That also will be here at Station 1. Everybody is welcome to attend. Any further anything before we motion to adjourn?
We want to schedule a year-end meeting. And what's the notification on the organizational meeting? If we decide that date on December 15th, will there be time to?
Actually, no. It has to be posted by the 15th. I don't.
December 29th, perhaps? That would give Bill, you want to go
30th,
back?
31st?
26th.
Sunday?
Sunday, you say?
Oh, you said the 21st, that's
No,
Sunday.
30th is 31st.
Okay.
So is the 31st a banking day?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Like afternoon, it goes to the next day's. Sorry, that's, yeah. When we gonna meet, morning or afternoon? That day?
Well, Mark will be off of work, right?
I should probably take that day off.
Let's
Oh,
see.
you do have to work though.
Yep.
What about, like the 29th at 9 in the morning?
Probably do that.
Which one's that for? End of the year close out?
Yeah. Year-end business, year-end.
29th and 9th,
29th at 9 o'clock.
December.
At headquarters? At the district office for the year-end meeting?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay.
And then the organizational meeting, we do have to have it done before December.
Monday the 5th.
Organization meeting, like the 5th?
December 5th, what time?
What did we say?
The organizational meeting,
What's the date?
January 5th.
7 p.m. And the January meeting,
Rochester?
No, we're in Rochester on the 7th. For the 6th is our woodworking, and the 5th we're good.
the 20th is a holiday, so we can't have our meeting on the 19th.
Isn't the 19th a holiday?
Yes, the 19th is
January
holiday.
19th is a holiday.
So the meeting would be on the 20th.
You haven't come up with that yet. What time on January 5th?
I don't know, January 5th, what time?
7th.
7 p.m.
7 o'clock?
1900, thank you.
At night.
It's the organizational meeting, January 5th at 7 p.m.
That January 20th
January
instead of
5th,
the
headquarters
19th.
here.
Headquarters, what time are we doing that again now? Sorry?
January 5th, 7 PM, headquarters
7
are
p.m.
here.
Here,
Here, station one, okay.
January 20th would be 7 PM here.
Got it. Okay. Anything else? All right. We have a motion to adjourn.
Yep.
Mark made that motion, Mike Malone seconded, all in favor? Aye.